Yo, yo. I thought I would take you guys through a little bit of my morning routine. Maybe do it in a little bit of a longer form. I'll make a short, of course, but I haven't done a long form video in a while. And I mean long form, like maybe 6 or 8 minutes, not like 2 hours. But anyway, I thought I'd show you guys what I do, my post-workout cocktail. Little bit of, and the only one I'm sponsored by is Debbie. Get you some Debbie. Recovery and strength. Oh man, that's embarrassing. Strength and recovery. I think it's all caps. It is all caps. Recovery and strength. I'll put a link in the bottom. But anyway, if you want 10% off, this is the watermelon lemonada. Yeah. Anyway, this stuff is fire, dude. It's a hydration. So good. In fact, I'm just looking, I'm already about out because the entire rest of the family loves this as well. But I'll put a scoop of this, 1 scoop of amino energy, and because they give me a tiny little baby scoop in it, I use the same scoop that I get in my creatine, and I use 1 heaping scoop of creatine in my little recovery morning drink cocktail. And this is just water, and this is my cool Dubby shaker that they gave me. And then my wife got this super yerba, I don't know, but it's got ashwagandha, vitamin D3, magnesium. It's gut clean detox, reduces brain fog, energy, no crash, increase in strength, low sugar, just 2 grams. I'm not really super worried about that, but only 40 calories. But anyway, I like it because this eliminates 2 pills that I have to take every morning. I get to just drink them in this delicious shake. So it's not really a shake, drink, whatever. But anyway, that's kind of my post-workout. Sorry, I can't. It takes me like 45 minutes to stop sweating. I hate it. Doesn't matter if it's winter or summer, but I just got done with my run and working out. Made some shorts of that. But anyway, then next we'll be on to what I eat for breakfast. Okay, all right. Got my drink all mixed up. Now this one with that yerba stuff and the creatine, you gotta constantly keep shaking it. But this is delicious. All that stuff mixed together. I would just drink this even if it didn't do anything for me. But now we're on to breakfast. And this morning I've been trying to keep my calories lower on my first meal. Because as I've shared before, I struggle with weight issues and food and eating appropriately. So right now I'm on a tuna kick, tuna in the morning. But a lot of times I can, tuna and chicken are not quite interchangeable, but they're pretty close. But this is where my family are like, gross. I do a 1/2 cup of quick oats oatmeal in a bowl. Get a couple in there, and then I'm not going to open up the cans of tuna, but then I do 2 cans of tuna in there as well. And the cool thing about this is the tuna, the oatmeal kind of dulls the flavor of the tuna. Tuna can be a really sharp flavor sometimes. I generally prefer albacore, and I don't generally shop at Walmart a whole bunch, but this sometimes, that's what we got to do because we run out, or we traveled a lot this time, and so we didn't get to make it over to, we got to go out of town to go to an Aldi's, so I live in a pretty small rural area. But anyway, they kind of blend their flavors together, so it's not quite so strong, and oatmeal, just plain oatmeal, it'll adopt the flavor of anything. So I get down on some savory oatmeal in the morning, and then you can just season it up with it, whatever you want. But it's a great way to get the carb. Excuse me. I better get a drink of my delicious Dubby. God, that's so good. Anyway, carbohydrates, and then a good start on the protein, and then I might kick the protein amount up a little bit during lunchtime and switch over to some rotisserie chicken. All right, I'm gonna put this on pause and eat me some breakfast. Okay, back. Now I'm back in my office, as you can see, and this is where I start my day. I usually, whenever I get up, my alarm's set for like 4:03 a.m. because I'm weird, and I think that 4:03 will somehow trick me into getting up better than at 4 a.m. So whatever. But at some point during the day, I'll write down the day's workout, whether it was an easy run. I'll write down anything that is out of the ordinary. Say it was an easy run, but it was super difficult and my pace was really slow. We'll put that. Or it felt great and I ran awesome and I ran faster. We'll put that too. And then I also totally stole this from my wife, but it's this, and this thing gets like super bright too. Kill everybody's eyes. I'll sit in front of that while I listen to my Bible devotional, and it is Through the Bible in a Year, by the Bible Recap by Tara Lee Cobble. I highly recommend it if you want to dive deeper into your walk with Christ. But yeah, I come in here, I get my mind right, I spiritually, mentally get prepared for the day, drink my coffee, and then I change into my running clothes and I go outside and I resistance train, and then I run. And then I come in, and that's where you guys picked up on this video. I drink my drink, I eat my breakfast, and then fill this 40 ouncer up with water, and then just begin to hydrate, and we'll start my day. Work starts pretty soon. I'm pretty blessed to work in mental health, and so I don't get to work from home, but a lot of my office stuff I do from home. I spend a lot of time in my car. So anyway, so I'll sit in here in front of my computer, get ready for work. But today we're going to spend a little bit more time just talking with you guys about a little bit about me. I've said this before, but here it is officially. I'm in long-term recovery. I've been clean from all substances, all mind-altering substances, since April 27th of 2017. So I just celebrated 8 years this past April. I sacrificed my anonymity a long time ago. I belong to the 12-step fellowships of NA and AA, and occasionally I do attend an Overeaters Anonymous meeting or two, because I can turn anything into meth. I'm very blessed that my career gets to be working with other people such as myself. I get to share my experience, strength, and hope with them and help them find recovery as well. Yeah, I don't really know where I want to go with this. I don't know. Let me think about it and I'll come back. Okay. So I was talking about recovery. So in January of 2018. I think I was only like, what's that, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So I was like 9 months clean, December. And I weighed 300 pounds. I still smoked cigarettes. And I was sitting on my porch. I'd moved back home because this is where God had led me. I moved back home, and I'm sitting on my porch smoking a cigarette, looking at this giant Buddha belly. And I thought, man, I'm going to die anyway. I went to all this work to get clean and sober, and I'm still going to die of an unhealthy lifestyle. And I decided that day that I was going to change some things physically, because I needed to have more in my life than just recovery from substances. It needed to be mind, body, and spirit, all of it. And so I decided that day I quit smoking. I rolled my own cigarettes. I gave all my rolling stuff away. I used a vape pen for a couple of weeks to kind of get me over the hump. And then after that, I haven't had any nicotine whatsoever since early January ish, a couple weeks into January. It wasn't necessarily a New Year's resolution. That's just kind of how it worked out. But I also started to change how I ate and my physical activity. In school I was always an athlete, and so working out and things like that just came pretty natural to me. But it's hard when you weigh 300 pounds and all you've done is meth for the last 23 years. It'd been a long time since I'd done any of that stuff. So when I started, I could barely work out. So I downloaded this app and just started from there. And it took you through 28 days, and it gradually went you through it. And I went from not being able to do anything and not being able to touch my toes to working out for 2 to 3 minutes to 5 to 7 minutes, till by the end of it I was working out for 15 or 20 minutes every time I worked out. And I adopted the attitude then. It was just do something, like this plea with myself, just do something, because at that weight and early on and trying to quit smoking at the same time, I'm really grateful that I was able to begin to lose weight and quit smoking at the same time. But I would not want to. I would want to come home and sit on the couch. And my attitude was like, if you get up and walk around the block, you did more than you would have if you would have just sat your ass in front of the TV and watched TV instead. So that began my journey. And over the course of 2 years, as I grew in my recovery, I also grew in my activity, and I ended up losing 100 pounds. And as soon as I reached my goal weight, I immediately stopped eating the way that I had, because I thought that I could somehow manage my food intake. And over the next 4 years, I progressively gained about 60 pounds of it back. And then I got pretty desperate. So I started attending Overeaters Anonymous. And it felt like I did when I got into recovery. I felt that desperate again, like I couldn't control what was going on in my life. Even though I had lost all this weight before, I was miserable the whole time. I was hungry the whole time. It was extreme calorie restriction, very difficult. So I went to my doctor and I went on the Zepbound injection, and I took it for, 3 or 4 months and lost 40 pounds. And now I'm back down to 220, 225, kind of fluctuate in there. And I'm really happy at that weight. Do I look like somebody with, 6-7% body fat? Absolutely not. Do I still technically fall under the overweight category? Yeah, I do. But I feel good. I can't, because the mirror is a liar and my mind is a liar. So when I look in the mirror at myself without a shirt on, all I see are, the fluffiness of what I look like. So anyway, so that's like the quick journey of where I'm at. Once I started working out, I never stopped, and I've gone through all kinds of iterations of splits and workouts and strength and all the stuff. And now I just, running has become a bigger part of my athletic activity. I still, resistance train 6 days a week. But like I said, I do 3 sets, sometimes, 5 to 6 exercises. And I pretty much just do upper body. My running takes care of my legs. I do a lot of hill repeats and faster runs to keep my legs strong. And those hill repeats, they can be just like a good leg day. So I don't do my legs on, resistance training wise. They're pretty strong as they are. In fact, my calves look amazing. I've never seen them look this good in my life. yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. Running is my focus, getting better. I'm running a half marathon in November, and my goal is to be at 2 hours. In May, I just ran a marathon, half marathon, in 2 hours and 27 minutes. And then December of last year, I ran 12 miles in 3 hours. So progressively getting better. And that's kind of where I'm at. And yeah, so that's been my health journey, eating right, eating better. And through all of this, you know, I've managed to eat healthy. I'll just eat a lot of it. And since I've lost my weight, I've been able to manage and control my weight. I use a calorie tracker app. I was getting on the scale every day, but that can be really unhealthy. So I'm not doing that anymore. And now I'm running enough. This week I'll be up to 36 miles this week of running. So I think I'm running enough, just as long as I keep an eye on my calories and don't go Captain Insano on the food like I can. I should be okay. But I don't know. Maybe that's all for this video. Maybe I'll do another one about my spiritual aspect of it, and then the recovery piece. So anyway, I love you guys. That's a little bit about my story. I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, have a great day.